Justin Welby, the member of the World Economic Forum Club and the climate activist for COP26, and those guys, who also happens to be the Archbishop of Canterbury, part of the Church of England establishment. He's a peer, he's part of the House of Lords, like a furniture. You know, it's been there since Henry VIII days, and we get it, he's part of the state. But should he really get involved with party political policies, Team Red or Team Blue? He's come out again using his Easter Sunday service speech to criticise Boris Johnson's new Rwanda plan to stop mass illegal migration, because open borders is the way to go and controlling your borders is a bad idea. It's very, very weird how some people, again on the political left, have been coming out to criticise us for pointing out that it should not be the job of Justin Welby to pick sides. You know, if he's supposed to be, you know, the advocate for Church of England, and of course a massive community in this country, and people who are following Church of England, you have some people who are right-wing, left-wing, and some people who are just not even political. Do they really want to go to a service to hear about these sort of things? Probably not. But again, there's a lot of the political left, and especially the metropolitan left, who are coming out to say, oh, now we're going to listen to religion. The same people who've been attacking religion until now, same people who attack the white, straight male establishments, the posh boys. Well, Justin Welby's a posh boy. You know, he went to Oxbridge, but clearly that doesn't really matter. I'm going to be talking about, obviously, Justin Welby's background, and we got Peter Barnes, the political editor, to discuss this, but he has a role as part of his World Economic Forum club membership. He's the agenda contributor, whatever that means. Agenda contributor on the website of WEF. He's very much proactive with Prince Charles and all the world leaders and the billionaires and the corporations who get together to decide for the rest of us how we should live our lives. So this is the same Justin Welby who also attended COP26, a conference in Glasgow, to push for Greta Thunberg's agenda for more extreme net zero policies. It's a bit weird because you can say what you want, and some people said, "Oh my, why are you saying they shouldn't be allowed to talk about?" I'm not saying it should be banned. He is part of the state. He's in the House of Lords. I'm not saying he should stop talking about these things, because you can, as a member of the Lords, express opinions, but we should also be allowed to counter his arguments. That's my view. I've got Peter Barnes now, the political editor on the channel, to ask him whether Justin Welby should be getting involved with the party political matters, Team Red or Team Blue. Peter, what do you think?
Yeah, you shouldn't get involved in the kind of party politics, the kind of the mudslinging and all the rest of it. That's not right. And I actually think he does his office a great disgrace by getting involved in the way that he does get involved. One thing I find quite interesting about Justin Welby is he's an Eton and Oxford graduate, used to work for an oil company, and he's a white old man. In any other situation, this man would be told by the people who are rallying around him to shut up and go away. I mean, I just find it very funny how identity is the most important thing if you have the right, if you have the wrong politics. If you have the right politics, you can say what you like. You know, I think that's what I found most interesting about every time Justin Welby opens his mouth. I have to admit, I am not a fan of Justin Welby. He's far too politically active, and for my liking, and how much I would like the Church of England or any kind of religion to get involved in our politics. I'm not a fan of that at all, because I think most of history will tell you religion and politics very rarely work out going together. There's lots of places in the world where we can point to that and say maybe don't. But yeah, when I saw that he was going to use the Sunday service to, Easter Sunday of all things, to kind of lash out against this policy, and in the way that he did. One, it seemed awfully personal, so you don't really know what's going on behind the scenes there. But just when you actually listen to what he said, it sounded like he was a really pointed attack. So there might be something to dig into there for sure. But the minute Justin Welby kind of shuffles off, I think the better. But I would actually like to see an Archbishop of Canterbury that's more interested in getting church attendances up, saving churches, actually dishing out some money to keep these community centres going, which is really what churches are these days. Yeah.
But rather than
most of my family are involved in the Church of England some way or another now, particularly back up north here. But you know, the way that they talk about how things are actually going in the Church of England, you'd think that would be the priority of the Archbishop of Canterbury, and not necessarily petty party politics between factions of the Labour Party and the Tories.
Well, I must say I 100% agree. Thank you so much, Peter Barnes, our political editor. We're going to come back throughout the evening with more news updates, especially when it comes to the globalist agenda. So definitely subscribe to the channel if you're new. And if you're, whether you're new or not, and whether you subscribe or not, make sure to click on the bell next to the subscribe. And that's the only way you would get notified when we release a new video. Thanks again for watching. I'm Tousi, and we are the media.